I had a ball when I was a kid working, and I really wanted to do it. And it is surreal. I mean, you have a lot of responsibility. You have a lot more pressure and responsibility than I think is healthy for you.
What is your name, child? And no more nonsense.
Anne Shirley. Plain old unromantic Anne Shirley.
Anne Shirley is a fine, sensible name, and hardly one to be ashamed of.
Oh, I'm not ashamed. But if you're going to call me Anne, would you please be sure to spell it with an E?
I wasn't an Annophile. I didn't grow up reading all those books. I always thought that maybe that was a saving grace for me, because I was malleable to what I thought she was, and was able to just be very spontaneous and do it. I didn't come with a whole baggage and history of who I thought Anne was.
She's just one of those wonderful cinema performers that really understands the camera, is able to digest the material and portray it really beautifully on screen. She's just a phenomenally talented artist.
Whoever was going to play Anne was in every scene, and it was a tall order, and they were not finding what they wanted. And so I got another chance at it. I got another crack at it, because I had certain people who believed that I could do it, and certain people who didn't, and that's the nature of the business, you know. And you always have to prove yourself, so I did. Jesse, don't bark. It's a nice dog. It's gonna be loud. Oh, yeah. She's protecting me. Okay. We got lots of encouragement. I mean, my parents would be hypocrites to have said otherwise, because they knew how much they loved what they did. And they were never, they were always very honest about the hardship of it, or the part that hurts, the part that breaks your heart in this business. But also for them, they were so alive, and they were so charged by what they did, that it was just, that was the biggest endorsement I think I could ever have received.
You just want everyone thinking what a decent guy you are looking after your mother.
I got her halfway sane since she's living here. Halfway friggin' sane!
You don't got her. You could lock her up in a safe under your bed, and you still wouldn't got slut. No, Harvey! Stop it!
We said don't go after her the way you went after Dad.
Stop it! For God's sake, stop!
I always gravitated toward a character that was interesting, something that I look at and go, wow, that's exciting, that's different, that's, or I can relate to that, or I can't relate to that at all. I'd love to be able to portray that. And I think the nature of the Canadian film industry is there are a lot of smaller independent films that are made. I mean, not a lot, but that, as opposed to on a bigger scale. And that's sort of the way it worked out. The Hollywood sign is right over there. You can see it. And way on down, you get to the water. That was a very different experience for me, where I just walked into a kind of a cauldron of racial tensions that I didn't know existed. And I guess that was pretty naive of me, being from North Toronto. I remember having a piece of clothing stolen, and as I walked home, it had been cut into shreds. And as I walked a little farther, I'd find another piece, and another piece, and another piece, and it led to my door. And that was my welcome to Los Angeles.
I am not leaving until I have turned up every single floorboard to find out whatever I can about my husband.
War has to end, but I have my part in it.
Everything that can happen happens to Anne in this film. It's like sprawling. We go to war, the house catches on fire, she gets married to Gilbert. It's pretty chock-a-block with all kinds of exciting things.
All those letters were sent back. What can you possibly do? Go to the last field hospital I have record of.
I've been working for 21 years almost. I've been working a long time. And I think I've also had a family. I've been married, I've been divorced. I've packed a lot into a very short period of time.